And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Throwdown OCE Open Series Day 1 of League Play. My name is Hysterics, this is Courier Lord, this is Yummy Cheese Man, and I tell you what, it's been a harsh day so far for me. But moving forward, it could be a harsh day for Simple Physics as well.
Yeah, they are going up against a tough opponent. When We Can is kind of on a roll at the moment. They've taken down the Chiefs in the kind of off-season, and then they've just taken down another powerhouse team. And Simple Physics did have a very scary lower bracket run.
Yeah, Simple Physics had a rough time in the qualifiers. They ended up qualifying as the last seed, the last chance, up against Legacy Esports, so they have taken down good competition.
Yeah.
But they're a team that kind of rose out of the ashes of Scylla Esports last season, and now they're a team that could do a lot more this one.
Definitely a strong start. However, for We Win When We Can, already on 2 points, they're looking to take another 3 and cement themselves with the first team on 5.
Well, completing with this sort of format that we've had before, I mean, all the teams are pretty close. There's no one who's really pumped out ahead.
Yeah, but if they can get even just a 2-1, they're going to pull ahead with the 4-2. And then for Simple Physics, this is their opportunity to get on the board. A lot of teams we were expecting to have a bit of separation didn't have it. So even just doing 50-50 puts you in a pretty good position for the start of the tournament.
Yeah, and talking about rookies as well, we love our rookies here, and Lim coming through. He's had a fast friendship with Daisu, but Lim, he's essentially a nobody. He's came through as someone who was on Interference, which you guys, you know the name of, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, very unknown team. They were kind of sitting around 16, 17 in certain times during 2017. He is inspired by Conspiracy Esports last season. They want to try and get into the top 6 in the 5th, 6th place. They're not too worried, but they want to do well.
Well, yeah, we're having the rookies coming in from different teams as well. Moist Kites and Lynx dropping some guys in, and Lim, rookies. That's what we want to see coming to the top. We're all about community here.
But I don't think now we don't call them rookies because yes, okay, they're newer to the scene, but they're in the top 8 now. It's going above and beyond.
That's for the first time.
Yeah, that's right. But Lim had such a good showing in the qualifier that I'm going, okay, this guy fits in where Delusion fits in. He's a great element to that team.
Yeah, he's done really well. I want to see a little bit more from him. He's did really well last week as a defensive player, and that's really good on a team with Daisu and AOE who both have a lot of offensive ability, so he backs them up really well.
And that's what Scylla was known for. They were a team that was very pressure play based and very, very fast and aggressive. So having a reactive player to kind of fill out the roster is quite needed.
Yeah, I mean, Daisu was always more sort of aggressive, pressure based, and Scylla, they need to bring back some of their passes if they want to be successful here as Simple Physics. But I love AOEM's Pirate Hat.
I think you just love AOEM.
Maybe guilty on that.
Excuse me, maybe a little bit. However, ladies and gentlemen, do not move your feet too much. You might kick the wrong button. Simple Physics only just scraped through. Let's not forget that against Legacy Esports, that was a very close match, and it showed that Simple Physics were maybe only just up to the mark of the top 8.
Well, I'd say that on the flip side, that Legacy were actually seeded 4th coming into this tournament. So the fact they took out Legacy is in a really close match is not indicative of them being like on the cusp. They took out a team that was expected to win and was like, yeah, pretty much rostered to be so.
Well, it goes back to what we've been saying all since last week, that the top 8 is so strong, and even if we call them the last seed, that's almost meaningless when they talk about how good all of these players are, how good all the teams are. But again, We Win When We Can are that team that I am saying are going to really leapfrog up the rankings.
So do you still sit on them when we talk about predictions, Yummy? That's a big
question. I'm still sitting on We Win When We Can. I think I went a 3-0 last time, and I was wrong. I'm still going to stick with a 3-0 now that they've had a warm-up, and hope that I'm wrong again just for AOEM's sake.
No, I'm in the same boat as Yummy. I'm actually going to throw down a 3-0 this time as well. I think We Win When We Can. They've already ran a gauntlet of a unpredictable team. We'll just run with that.
Correct.
And now they're up against Simple Physics, so fair game, 3-0.
I'll jump on that bicycle. I'll tell you what, We Win When We Can. I mean, go to the grocery store, pick up your bananas, pick up your apples, get your fruit, and then put it all in the basket, because We Win When We Can at taking home that basket. And I've absolutely gone wrong. I've absolutely ruined what I was going to say.
Simple Physics is the fruit?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go with that.
Okay.
Absolutely bonkers. We Win When We Can. I'm confident in my prediction there, and I think that honestly, a lot of people will be going for them because you've got Daisu, you've got AoE Emp, and then you've got Lim, and you're like, how do these all mesh together?
Yeah, and they are a historic team. Scylla has been around for a long time, especially Daisu and AoE Emp. AoE Emp goes all the way back to the days of Yummy and him playing together, so he is a community favorite. And I love him dearly because he was a very aggressive player that loved demos for a period. So anyone that makes destruction on the pitch, a man after my own heart.
He came off the bat pretty strong there, and a little bit to the left, and that would have been a sure thing for AoE Emp. Siki now setting the ball up, and we saw so much from We Win before. See how they go up against Simple Physics, a team that we're not expecting to score any points on the board. But game one is a very different egg. It is the quote-unquote warm-up game. Long shot coming through for Sirix. Misses the second touch, looking for a follow-through. And there it is. Siki will get number one.
Yep, that is textbook We Win When We Can. It's all about consecutive touches to finish the play. It wasn't Sirix this time, but it was Siki. But it's the same maneuver.
And that's what we want to see. A great showing, a great start for We Win. Put Simple Physics in the corner, and what are they going to do?
Well, they're going to have to speed it up because it's going to be real hard to beat We Win When We Can when it comes to the pass play game. Scylla historically has been known for playing fast and scary.
Potentially should have been a goal there from Simple Physics, but it's that small amount of time that you have to play with. And We Win When We Can when they go slow. Looks to be pretty convincing. Siki now a short pass. Lim over the top. Great bump out of the way. But there was no follow through. Delusion now, he's pushing up. Very, very different from what we saw. Nice touch. Delusion. Number 2.
For a guy that wants montage plays today, he's getting some great touches and doing some nutty stuff over his opponents. Great play there and well-deserved goal.
That was slick, sexy. Bring it back. We Win When We Can. 2 up. Courier. Predictions look like they could be, for once, correct.
Well, that's the hard part about this period of time at the moment. We did talk about how close all the teams are, but We Win When We Can is one that's trying to get that separation and wants to be having that 5-1 finish in the end of the week.
But I guess they're all looking for separation, and for a team like Simple Physics that are definitely going to be the underdog throughout league play, they have to start defining themselves now. We Win When We Can are 2 goals up, and they look so comfortable in defense. Lim not really coordinating with the rest of the team there, over the top of AoE Emp. The ball left for Lim into defense, but it's not done. We Win When We Can. Cross field. Delusion not going to reach up for the ball. Left to Daisu, who had a great showing in the qualifiers. In fact, scored the winning goal, I believe, for Simple Physics. We Win When We Can. Playing with fire, but they have to be careful. Underestimate your opponent, and Simple Physics will come right ahead.
Yeah, they have to break through some of these rotations. We Win When We Can. 100% of their goals have come from pass plays, but thankfully, Simple Physics pretty fast, and there was another chance for them to come through. A little slow on the response from AoE Emp.
You saw that ball trying to be dropped right in front of net. Lim now looking to do the same thing, but big clears coming through from We Win When We Can, and Daisu, that's not what he wants, because on the other side is Siki. The ball drops, it's over to Lim, and it's getting more and more uncomfortable for Simple Physics. Their clears not amounting to too much at this point in the game, and more control getting passed back to the orange side.
And they're going to just start building the pressure. And when you've got that advantage and you're slowly building into your opponent's half, they just don't have the opportunity to score, because We Win When We Can is not a team that is likely to get scored on from a clear.
Delusion just passes that cross field, doesn't let that one sink in. AoE Emp, now the touch is there. Lim, final touch, but denied by Sirix. Defense very strong and We Win, but the rotations again, that's what you need to look for from this side. 2 minutes remaining, still 2 goals up. Daisu misses the touch, gets left. There's Lim in the corner. Siki, number 3.
Yeah, what a banger to finish it as well. Siki mechanically great and works with his team better, and that's what you need. The pass plays continue, and with it, they're running circles around Simple Physics.
That's right, they have nothing to say about it whatsoever, and We Win When We Can look like they're ready to just take an easy game 1. And for league play, I mean, this could be our first 3-0 career.
It's definitely our most one-sided game today. We have seen every match going to that overtime being incredibly tight, but it does seem that the warm-up and maybe the skill gap may be favoring We Win When We Can.
Sirix, nice pop. Ball still not cleared. Delusion backs off. He doesn't have any boost. Picks up that boost ball. Courier continues to watch and perceive everything that I'm about to say in the next 5 seconds, because We Win When We Can are centering the ball and looking for the play. Off the wall, it's centered, denied by Lim. Physics unable to get it out of this half. It's torturous. It's just watching this. Delusion Right place, right time.
Yeah, just they are slowly taking them apart. It's methodical. They are camping in Simple Physics side of the pitch. They're going to have to start paying rent soon.
Delusion. I mean, no one likes a squatter, but sometimes, you know, you just got to set up tent wherever you can. 4-0, 115. Looks like this one's a sure thing. Simple Physics to come back. There's got to be a big change of pace. That pinch, and a little bit too exciting for me. Sticky centers the ball again. But the Socceroos, I mean, really stepping into the momentum in the last half of the game. In game one, those points on the board for we win when we can, and there is nothing that Simple Physics seem to be able to do. Maybe game two, go back to the drawing board. How do we change it up?
Yeah, we saw that huge clear coming out of Simple Physics, similar to what we saw from Retirement Home in the game before, but I think it may be too little too late, because you may have mastered the clear, but you don't have the execution to follow it up.
You know, it feels like right now the issue for Simple Physics is they just don't have possession. They just can't get the passes, denying away, and the 50-50s and the challenges more so going to them, but they don't do anything with the ball. I love you, Courier, but I'm concerned.
I just don't think they've had the ball long enough to do anything with it. It's like they've been given the talking stick and it gets taken away immediately.
That's right. Denied, denied, denied. We win when we can. 4-0. Game one might not even amount to a goal. Lim's last chance to get the morale up for the boys. But sometimes, you know, the boys just want to sink back. They just want to chill. And that's not a game to do so. 1-0. 4-0. Impressive start for We Win.
Yeah, pretty brutal. We were expecting the 3-0. So in that regard, it looks pretty likely the outcome is going that way. And it was very one-sided off the scoreboard alone. So even if you missed the match and you just came in now, 10 shots to 1, and not a lot of saves.
I guess it's convincing that in game one today, we haven't seen the best performance out of either team's playing. So could be a big change. Like Simple Physics, when they were going up against Legacy, when it was all on the line, that's when they sprung into action. You now have 2 games to win in a row so that you get the majority of the points. But it is still a very big ask when you look at the performance of We Win.
Yeah, just like trying to crawl back from that alone was fairly dominant.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot I could really say for them. They had a couple of clears that kind of gave me some hope, but they didn't have the follow-up. They were a bit slow off the mark. There was quite a few times where even when we were having from the camera's point of view of a player, AOE Emp there, who had a bit of indecision. He didn't know which way he was turning, and he'd just kind of be back and forth meandering as the player was moving on around him.
Yeah.
And when you're playing against a more organized team that are playing better, just generally, you can't afford to sit there with indecision because time is against you. You need to pressure them and really put it on them to make decisions fast and hope they make a mistake.
I guess this game is still a testament to people like Delusion, Sirix, and Siki who are playing exceptional Rocket League and still have to seem to have that consistency with their passing.
Yeah, no, that's it. Pass play is there, just terrifying with it. And the fact that any of them can finish, like Sirix wasn't known for his shooting last year, and now he is an amazing goal scorer. Siki mechanically definitely would be able to score every single time. And then Delusion loves attacking, wants to be a montage man, so he definitely can.
Yeah, wants to be showcased, does not care about anything else, and will definitely have his way with some of the saves and and shots that he's taking. We win when we can. 2 games ahead of them. Could be the first 3-0 in league play for 2018. Simple Physics are trying to deny that. They're finally getting possession of the ball. And Lim, that ball will actually just drop for AOE Amp, but he misses the second touch. Daisu there to recover, but Zerk's not allowing any control to go over to Simple Physics. We win when we can. Now getting the clear out. It's over to Sirix. Good pass. It's going to go quite high. Looking to dunk, and it does.
And that's what you want off a clear, making the goals happen straight from it. I was expecting this kind of play to come from Simple Physics if they were to try break free from where we win when we can, but when you just get too aggressive, you get punished.
First goal for We Win, and only 40 seconds have passed. Getting worried for Simple Physics that they're not going to find an opening. AOE, we're looking to you, Lim as well, the newbie. Simple Physics getting out of that last position, that is so, so crucial. Remember, only 6 teams make it to the gauntlet. We lose 2 before we get there. You have 2 weeks to cement yourself. And if Simple Physics don't do that, if they can't find their games, because next they're going up against Tainted Minds, and some people are going to say, that could be another 3-0.
And if they want a chance to turn this around, they're getting the demos now, and they can build the pressure. They've had a lot more possession in this game alone, so if they can start getting the clears again and not get punished from the overextension, they may have a chance.
Well, what a warm-up this is going to be then, Courier. Sirix with the setup, beautiful shot. It is saved away, but it's not done. Angle from Siki.
Just doesn't matter where the ball goes. if you don't have like 2 men on defense, we win when we can. Are going to pull everybody out and just take the ball from anywhere.
Second time today, we've seen that angle, we've seen that shot, and beautifully done by Siki means that they're 2 goals in the lead, and it's getting more and more worrisome for Simple Physics that they can't get a shot in, they can't get anything done, but it is looking great for We Win When We Can, that they will be contenders for this top 2 position.
They could take the... Oh, the goal is so close to coming out. Sirix with a quick, sneaky defense as Simple Physics had the opportunity to score.
Very nicely done. Now Siki dribbling the ball. Comes out of the air, and it's left for Sirix. Over to the side. Siki back on it. But left for Sirix again. Delusion. A very nice touch. It will go to Lim, but there's no control inside of Simple Physics. The touch is left, and it's left for Siki once again. Series 1, it was over to Sirix. Series 2, over to Siki. What performance is coming out of this team?
Yeah, and the confidence they're showing as well. Delusion with the aggressive rotation, even though Sirix was nearly scored upon, and then the fact he could cheat forward and start taking shots from it just showcases how well they know each other.
Nicely done. He gets past 2 players. Siki passes it back to Sirix, and I guess that's the confidence again, willing to pass back, the trust that you have in your teammates. As I spit on Courier, I'm so sorry. Siki hits it up again. Great save. Second time round, we could rely on Siki. 2 minutes 30, Courier. Second shot coming through. At least Simple Physics are getting themselves on the board.
And that's what they need. They need to start at least building pressure, but with 2 minutes down and we win when we can, being such a great defensive team last year, they're going to be a hard nut to crack if they just want to play it safe. And Siki taking another one. Just a drive-by shooting.
Yeah, and so nicely done. I mean, right now, they're just running away with this game, Courier. Unfortunate for Daisu, but nicely done.
It was his goal to stop.
His goal to take. For Siki, I believe that could be a hat trick. Not too sure. But we will find out. However, we win when we can. Their last series of the day. Looking to take out game number 2. They'll be on 4 points, and they'll be above the Chiefs. 4th goal almost came through, but well defended by Lim, who will also help clear it. Sirix, pass against the wall. Sirix now going to dribble. Pass over to Delusion. It's knocked about left, right, and center. Siki's there. Drop down. Clowning around. There we go. Sirix pops it up again, and it'd be nice to see a shot from Simple Physics. It'd nice to be that goal to come through that maybe resets the series for them.
Yeah, Delusion also great on offense, but he's sitting there repost ready for the defense now that he sees it's extended. He's going to come forward and go for that nice pressure play that we think they can make.
Immediately push back into defense. Simple Physics, Delusion. Trying to be a little bit smart with this ball. I tell you what, you get to the point where you feel so comfortable in the series, you want to start making fancy plays, and Siki and Delusion doing exactly that. Sirix kind of insinuating that he's going to be the one next. Delusion. Dribble the ball around. It hits the roof. Here comes Siki. AOEM gets a clear out. And now an opportunity. Lim, all he has to do is hit it over, but does not. Gets cleared away. We win when we can. I think I've just run away with this series. Good setup. If Siki wasn't on a hat trick before, he definitely is now.
What a turnaround there. The opportunity to get that goal, but didn't have the boost to just follow it through. And then 5 seconds later, Siki's like, well, if you didn't want one, I'll have it. Lunch is mine.
What an angle as well. Great passes, great plays. We win when we can. Looking to finish this off strong. Game 2 is just in the palm of their hands right now, and they're not going to let this one slip. 45 seconds career, and that is going to be pretty much the game. And there's been so much control from We Win When We Can. It's just been so great to see that this team has what it takes to hit those top marks. They play like this, they can do it.
And I think this shows us there is a degree of separation between the teams. We win when we can, expecting to be pretty close to the top of the ladder. Yeah. Simple Physics did come through as our last finalist. Does show you that even though that it's a lot closer than it has been in the past, there is still a degree of separation. And I expected another goal there from Siki. Very close.
Yeah, the net's just going to make the cars speed around. Even bumped around the ball. Actually not rolling. Maybe this is a chance for Simple Physics to get a goal. Lim actually climbing upside down. He's dropping. Lim. All right, he's run around. If no one's there in the goal, Simple Physics could take full control of this net issue. But look, I mean, it's 15 seconds remaining. You don't need to see what happens. We can have taken game 2. I can tell you that much. 100%.
I reckon that's a pretty
100%.
It's a pretty safe bet.
Yeah. But that was a very controlled game from We Win When We Can. Like, not letting a goal through as far as we're concerned, and Delusion acting as a middleman. Siki and Sirix having the time of their lives. This is great to see. This is a really strong showing.
Yeah, it shows us there is that separation coming through.
Yeah.
We win when we can. They can go up against the big boys and come out on top. They've beaten out Chiefs. They've just been at retirement home, and now they've absolutely stomped Simple Physics in the first 2 games. I imagine the third is going to be at least somewhat similar.
Yeah.
So we are seeing that they're definitively the top, if not one of the top teams.
But a big concern for Simple Physics because next they're going up against Tainted Minds. So if you thought that we win when we can, we're a powerful roster, well, wait till you see CJ and Kami and Jules jump on the pitch. Because that is a whole different Easter egg of trouble.
It's like out of the fire into the fire.
That's right. Out of the fire into the frying pan.
Yeah, I don't even know who you'd want to verse more. So you got like Tainted Minds, international experience, played under the name Pale Horse previously.
Yep.
They're terrifying guys. And the bad thing for Simple Physics in that matchup coming up is the fact that they're normally a team that will probably want to play a bit faster, and they're going up against Pale Horse, who are notoriously fast.
That's right. Notorious. And Jules fit that so well that I expect that to continue throughout. Doesn't matter if they use X-Core as their sub. Doesn't matter if, they bring someone else in. That is the Tainted Mind style. And we'll talk more about that when we get into the game. But last game coming through for the side of Simple Physics. And I'm very worried here. This could be a 0-6. If they start there, day one, it could be a real issue for them to climb back up.
I think for them, the aim is probably not to just try take the lofty heights of first place, because it may be a very hard climb, starting with that 0-3.
Well, you gotta aim high, right?
You gotta aim high, fall among the stars. But I think getting in like the 4th to 6th place is very doable for them. 100%. And because of that, as soon as you get in the gauntlet, that's all that matters. If you're the team that's destined to win, if you're in the gauntlet, you can make the run. It's going to be a very, very long day. But Scylla, not afraid of a long run, or maybe they are a bit afraid of a long run. They've done it before.
Well, when you talk about Scylla though, like you're talking about AoE Amp and you're talking about what was the sub in Daisu. So, not two of the strongest members of Scylla. Like the strongest member of Scylla is arguably like in Darksider now. So that's a whole different egg. But Simple Physics in a lot of trouble here. Game number 3, and we win when we can. Already a strong start as taking full control of this ball. AoE Amp has no boost to push through with. And really controlling these pads, I guess, is a priority for we win when we can. If Simple Physics aren't able to move, then we win when we can. We'll just have their time in the sun again. Yeah,
Sirix opting to take both his pad and the one in the middle of the pitch, stopping any potential push coming from Simple Physics when they break out.
Because Devil, Siki has no boost and has to drop down, so comes to a standing halt. Sirix denied by Daisu as he clears the ball away with the speed of the ball. Siki up this left wing. It's going to be centered down. Denied from Lim. So at least Simple Physics reading the ball well, but they have to get off this backboard. Sirix not allowed the double tap. And Lim now hanging around this midfield. You can see that Siki and Delusion positioning around this right corner. Lim clearing it away, hits the corner, but doesn't get the second touch, which means it now goes back to we win when we can. Hitting the top, not the crossbar, but still getting very, very close. We win when we can. Playing super aggressively here. Kind of still doing laps around Physics.
Yeah, they're happy to do the push forward. Oh, so close an opportunity. Lim almost bringing we win when we can to their knees in this game, but the defense is too strong, and it will continue to be so if they can't get the pass plays coming.
Hitting a really nice angle. Sirix now. Right wing. Off the corner. We're going to see again when we can. The setups there. Trying to drop the ball beneath the crossbar. Also known as the net. AOEM. Good dribble, good pass, but Lim. Maybe it just wasn't the best pass. Honestly, Simple Physics surprising me here today. Sirix, we speak of passing plays, and Delusion just did the same thing, so who am I to judge? Siki back over to Delusion, and he fixes it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Get into the opponent's corner. If they have no one there to clean it up, you can just pass it straight on across for the center and take the cheeky little goal.
Well, he definitely fixed his mistake there, Courier. And Delusion, with a lowercase d, bothers me. But nonetheless, 1 goal, 3 minutes remaining.
It is a tighter game, this one. We did see so much domination coming out of We Win When We Can, but Simple Physics is taking small opportunities, trying to get that double touch, but the defense from We Win When We Can, they're all jumping up, all high-fiving as they stop the goal coming through.
I guess a little bit of communication error as well from Simple Physics, and that's what concerns me through league play. As many points needed as possible, and they're not going to pick up any here if it keeps going the way of We Win When We Can. Simple Physics now, the center's there for AOEM, but he doesn't have any boost to follow through. They're getting denied, they're getting shoved out, and it seems to be a real problem as denied the backboard pressure. Instead, the clear not going to come through. Maybe this is it. AOEM hits the angle, but Cyrix will save it. Delusion will clear it. And we win when we can. Great at denying Simple Physics any amount of pressure.
Yeah, that was a great defense of the goal. Here's another opportunity, but AOEM says, no, thank you. I'm going to take it this time, breaking it to a 1-all.
Finally, the first goal of the series. Simple Physics are hitting back. And AOEM, right where he needs to be, he does not miss this one.
They are starting to learn with a score that would have previously been pretty close to 3-0 is now 1 apiece. Simple Physics are starting to adapt and get their measure.
But right off the kickoff, Delusion, there's the angle, followed through. It's not right from Siki. Should have been it from We Win When We Can. Finding a second goal. AOEM out of boost again. Not really managing it well in this series. Siki, the pass over to Cyrix. Really nice angle again. Who's back? It's missed. And Cyrix hits another good angle.
What a boomer from the middle of the pitch. Cyrix again showcasing that he's learnt how to get these shots more. And getting it from the air as well at such a high speed makes it almost impossible to defend.
With 2 minutes remaining, 1 goal advantage. We win back in the driver's seat. Quite literally, you have to say that they're looking comfortable again. Illusion with the setup. Here we go. Getting to the ball. Cyrix and Siki passing between each other. Excuse me. Cyrix is still comfortable in the midfield. Delusion. As versatile as ever. There's Siki. When we can, getting to the ball 9 times out of 10 first. Siki in defense. Clears there. He now has to come from the roof and gets it over 2 members, one being his own. AOEM boosts up, met up by Delusion, and remember what I said about being first to the ball. Sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong, with Lim getting number 2.
We did talk about how Lim, the rookie, needs to step up just like Illusion has been, and here we are seeing a great read off the ground, going for the dribble rather than the shot, which he was prepared for, allowing him to get past Cyrix.
Tied game now, getting closer and closer. Simple Physics grasping at so many more straws, Korea. This is great to see because at least if they don't find a win against We Win When We Can, that's a very interesting angle, almost finding the double touch, then we see them go up against Tainted Minds with a little bit better mentality.
I think regardless of how this game goes, they're going to be feeling a lot better. Siki breaking it ahead with a 3-2 goal. Great read.
But isn't their passing play just so exceptional there, Korea? Delusion with the center. Siki knowing where to be, and their communication, it is showing that it is better than Simple Physics.
You could tell that Simple Physics also didn't expect that to come through. All the players having to change the direction they're rotating to try to get to the defense, but they just didn't have the time.
Cyrix getting it away. Lim, it's a good touch. It's centered. Delusion doesn't reach their first, and Daisu, not sure if he wanted that to go to AOEM, but it works out in the end. Lim getting closer and closer. Daisu coming around for another run. AOEM going to use the angle of this corner. It's great to see offensive members in the corner. We have some of the best offensive members in the corner in this world, career. 30 seconds remaining. Physics are continuing to aggress. When we can, still holding that lead. Is it going to be the first 3-0 of league play? You have to think that in this last 20 seconds, the Physics definitely have a couple of plays left in the playbook. 15 seconds. Here it is. The center's there, denied away from Cyrix. That could be it. Now Cyrix with all the boost in the tunk. Going to get closer and closer. 50 seconds. 5 seconds remaining. Excuse me. My words not coming out the right way today, but they're going to clear this one away when we can. What dominant showing here in day 1 of league play. Daisu misses the ball, and we win when we can. A 3-0 career.
And not only that, we didn't have a ton of overtimes, which we've had with the other matches. So the separation is coming through. A big win with We Win When We Can, allowing them to take top of the ladder.
That was, I think, probably their best performance. When we saw We Win When We Can go up against Retirement Home, scraping through, but with Simple Physics, it was dominant. Not as dominant in game number 3, Yummy, but it was still very dominant.
Yeah, they had great performances. I think all 3 stepped up, but I was really impressed by both Siki and Delusion in that series. And unfortunately, in the end, Simple Physics just didn't have enough in the tunk.
I don't know.
I'm sorry. I had to do it to you.
I'm so sorry. I don't know. This was, it wasn't the greatest performance from Simple Physics, but I don't think we saw enough of Lim. I don't think we really saw enough communication. They can go back to the drawing board, but then they have to go up against Tainted Minds. So this is doing me a serious concern when you look at a team like Simple Physics, who maybe we expect a little bit more from them.
Well, this is a story that we sort of thought about with Simple Physics, that they just formed right before this series. They have a lot of potential, but because of the format, because it's so quick over just a few weeks, it's going to be very difficult for them to get up to speed, and they need to really improve over this next week to get into that top 6 and prove themselves to the OCE Championship.
I'm so sorry.
He's laughing in the corner,
so
and I'm
sorry.
trying to be a serious person
so
here.
sorry.
I went to RLCS once, and now I'm reduced to this.
Oh, you're stuck
Oh,
with
man.
us. No, I it's a long couple of weeks, especially when you have a Saturday and a Sunday.
Mhm.
You have day 1 and day 2 Korea. I passed it. Like, just let me roll with this.
Just let it go.
They have another big day tomorrow. But this is really worrying because Tainted Minds are expected to maybe be another team that can take a 3-0 against them.
We can as well. They've taken out the lead. They're the top of the ladder right
Yep.
now. It's going to be very hard for the teams later today to even have a chance to beat out their record.
And they've got a lead on the Chiefs as well, 5-1 in comparison to 3-3.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a pretty safe lead. It's not like it's going to get much harder than the Chiefs.
Well, that's as bad as Yummy's answer. Yes. However, we are going to have a 3-minute break before we fall into tears and emotions. But Yummy, I know you're excited about this. The OCE Championship has actually just come back out, and we're looking to see which teams can really dominate in the OCE scene, let alone the international scene. Sign-ups are on throwdownesports.com. When we come back, however, we are going to have another game. I'm going to tell you right now, Simple Physics taking on Tainted Minds to see if they can get some points on the board. We'll see you in 3 minutes.